Now, previously we saw introduction to accounting standards. Now we have to see introduction to IFRS. Now, IFRS means International Financial Reporting Standards. Okay, that was only accounting standards. This is International Financial Reporting Standards. Now, these are accounting standards or financial reporting standards which is issued internationally and adopted by more than 125 countries in the world. So it is a globally accepted accounting standards and it is issued by IASB, that is International Accounting Standards Board. Okay. Now, so far there are 14 IFRS which is issued by IASB. Now, when we go for IFRS, there are very much certain advantages of it. The first one is we get wider access, or our network of the company or a network of the industry gets improved. We get wider access. There will be a lower cost of capital once we go for the IFRS. We can escape for multiple reporting also. Again, we come to know our brand value of the company, brand image of the company in the international market overly gets upgraded. So these are the benefits of applying IFRS. Now, so far 14 has been issued, but here in this syllabus we have only 2 we have to learn, IAS 1 and IAS 2. First we are going to learn for the first one, that is IAS 1, that is presentation of financial statement. Understood? How we are going to present your financial statement. It was reissued in September 2007 and it has been applicable compulsory from the accounts beginning from 1st of January 2009. Okay. Now, the objective of general purpose financial statement is to provide information about the financial position and the financial performance of a business, as well as changes in equity and the cash flows during the period. When I say provide information about the financial position and financial performance, it includes two things. When I say financial position, that means your balance sheet position, your assets and liability position, your net worth position. When I say financial performance, it means your profit and loss statement, how much profit you are earning or how much loss you are going to suffer. So that includes. Now, complete set of financial statements includes list of things. The first one is a statement of financial position, that is your balance sheet, a statement of financial performance, that is your P&L statement. Then also it also includes a cash flow statement. It also includes changes in equity statement. Apart from that, it also includes notes comprising of significant accounting policies and a comparative information prescribed by the standards. So the 6 things: balance sheet, P&L, notes, comparative information, changes in equity and cash flow for the period. That includes. Now we will start with IS2, that is your inventories. Inventories means stock. So actually definition of inventories includes your finished goods which are used for selling the course of ordinary course of business. It also includes raw material which is used for producing goods and services, and it includes work in progress also. So these 3 things, when I say inventories, it includes raw material, work in progress and finished goods. Now the objective of IAS 2 is to prescribe accounting treatment for inventories. For your valuation of stock, which accounting treatment is beneficial to you, that will be used over here. Now, it also provides a guidance on the cost formulas used. What are the costing formula used? How you are going to value inventory in your books of accounts? Which method you are going to use? That all will be studied over here. Now, inventories includes raw material, finished goods and work in progress. But it doesn't include work in progress arising under a construction contracts. If you are following a construction, if you are a construction company, then under construction contracts, whatever the WIP arises, that is not counted in inventory. It also does not include financial instruments, that is your equity shares or debentures or preference shares, and it also does not include biological assets related to agricultural activities. So these are 3 exception or 3 exclusion from the scope of inventories. Now, what the fundamental principle of IAS 2, how the inventory will be valued? Without thinking, without any second opinion, it will be valued at lower of either cost or net realizable value. So you have to take cost and the net realizable value, whichever is less. Inventory will be always valued at lower of the 2 figures. Understood? Now, what do you mean by NRV? NRV means the net realizable value which is readily available in the market. Okay, and in the ordinary course of business. Now, cost of inventory will include cost of purchase, cost of acquisition, what are the extra cost involved in bringing the inventory to its present location to the present market. Now, it excludes abnormal losses or abnormal waste, selling cost, selling and distribution cost, administrative cost, financial differences, exchange differences. This will not become part of your cost of inventory. This will be purely excluded. That only thing you are going to do. Thank you.